Alright, problem 31. Here we're given an equation y equals x squared minus 2. Now, this is not similar to what we've been doing before because now all of a sudden our x is squared, not just x to the first. So the first thing we're going to do, I think, is we're going to need to be very careful in terms of the points that we pick in order to make sure we get a proper graph. I would say in this particular instance we should have the same number of negatives as we do positives. And I think we could probably go ahead and start with -2, then -1, then 0, 1, and 2. So that's going to be our inputs, our x values. Now let's go ahead and write the relation x squared minus 2 equals y up in our heading of our middle column. And now we're going to substitute these values in for x in the expression and find out what the output or what the value of y is. So let's go ahead now. We'll go -2 squared minus 2. Well, a -2 times a -2 is a positive 4. And 4 minus 2 is 2. So when x is -2, the output, or y, is positive. So you have -2, 2. Let's find that on our graph. -2, 2. Right here. Okay? Now let's do the same process with -1. So we'll substitute -1 into the expression. -1 times a -1 is positive 1. And 1 minus 2 is -1. So this is -1, comma, -1. -1, -1, comma, -1 is right here. Okay? 0. So let's substitute 0 in for x. 0 times 0 is 0, and 0 minus 2 is -2. So when x is 0, the output is -2. Alright? Now let's go ahead and do 1. So 1 squared. 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 minus 2 is -1. So when x is 1, the output, or y, is -1. So 1, -1, right here. And finally 2. So I input 2 for x, replace, substitute. 2 in for x. 2 squared is 4, and 4 minus 2 is 2. So my ordered pair then is going to be 2, 2. So 1, 2, 2. As you can see, if I connect these points, I don't have a straight line. I have a curve. And they call this a parabola. This is what they call a parabolic curve. Arrows up there. There we go. Notice the square and notice the shape of the graph. Anytime you have an x squared, you're going to have a parabola.